You went to bed feeling fine. No pressure. No warning signs. But by morning, your hand won't move. Your words come out wrong. And your balance? It's gone. It feels like a stroke. Because it is. But here's the twist: it didn't come from high blood pressure, or clogged arteries, or even aging. It came from a vitamin. Yes, a vitamin. The same one sitting in your drawer right now. The same one you've taken for years, thinking it was helping you stay healthy. As a brain doctor, I've seen far too many seniors lose their independence overnight. Not from smoking. Not from eating badly. But from supplements they trusted. No one told them the truth. That some vitamins, especially when taken at the wrong dose or at the wrong time, can silently raise your risk of brain bleeds, nerve damage, or even stroke while you sleep. And what's worse, most people over 60 are already taking at least one of them. Today, I'm exposing the 5 vitamins that could be quietly putting your brain in danger and how to protect yourself before it's too late. And the most dangerous part? You may have taken one of them just last night. Stay with me. What you hear next could save your brain. A lot of people in the senior care community take vitamin D faithfully. And why not? We're told it helps with strong bones, better immunity, even mood. But no one talks about what happens when you take too much or take it at the wrong time. I want to tell you about Mr. Walter. 74 years old. A retired Navy veteran. Strong. Disciplined. A man who did everything by the book. Every morning, he lined up his supplements. He believed in taking care of himself. Among them, 10,000 IU of vitamin D. Over the counter. No prescription. No blood test. Just routine. He was doing what he thought was right. But one morning, he didn't wake up the same. His wife found him confused. His arm was limp. His words came out broken. It was a stroke, quiet, sudden, and completely unexpected. When we ran his labs, one number stood out: calcium. It was dangerously high. His arteries were stiff. His blood pressure was unstable. And the connection was clear. Vitamin D toxicity. Here's what many seniors never hear. Vitamin D helps absorb calcium, yes. But when you take large doses, especially without knowing your true levels, your body doesn't know where to put all that calcium. So it sends it into your bloodstream, then into your arteries, making them hard, narrow, and less able to carry blood where it's needed most, your brain. It builds slowly, silently, until one night it doesn't stay silent anymore. For seniors, this combination, high-dose D, dehydration, poor sleep, and natural vessel aging, can create a perfect storm. And what makes this worse is that so many supplements today offer 5, 10, even 15,000 units of vitamin D daily, with no warning. So let me be clear. If you are over 60 and taking vitamin D, make sure to get your levels checked. Do not take it before bed. Take it in the morning. Only take what your body truly needs, nothing more. And if this story made you stop and think, I'd like to ask something personal. Type 100% in the comments if you're committed to taking back control of your health starting today. Not later. Not someday. Now. Senior care is not just about treating problems. It's about understanding them before they happen. We still have 4 more vitamins to cover, and trust me, they're just as important. So please, do not miss what's coming next. Because if hardened arteries can cause damage while you sleep, what happens when your blood gets so thin it cannot clot at all? The answer might surprise you. If you've ever added vitamin E to your routine, thinking it would help your heart or boost your memory, you're not alone. Many seniors in the senior care community do it. It sounds harmless, natural, supportive. But here's the truth most people don't hear until it's too late. In high doses, vitamin E acts like a blood thinner. That means it slows your blood's ability to clot. And if you're already taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, or Plavix, adding vitamin E can quietly push your blood past the safety line. That's exactly what happened to Mrs. Evelyn Brooks. She was 81, a retired librarian who lived alone in Ohio. She loved books, crossword puzzles, and staying sharp. She had a heart valve condition, managed carefully with a blood thinner. Her labs were stable. Her pressure was under control. Then she saw an ad in a magazine. It said vitamin E could support circulation and brain function. Sounded like a good idea. She picked up a bottle, 800 IU per capsule. Natural. Organic. Safe, or so it seemed. 3 weeks later, she collapsed at home. She was rushed to the emergency room with severe nausea, a splitting headache, and confusion. The brain scan showed a hemorrhage. A bleed inside her brain. Not from trauma. Not from high pressure. But from blood that had become too thin to clot. The combination of her medication and the hydroxychloroquine E quietly created the perfect storm. That's the part that most people never expect. We often think of clots as the enemy. But your body still needs to clot, especially in your brain. One weak vessel, one moment of pressure, and it gives out. Vitamin E in high doses, 400 IU, 800 IU, even 1000 IU, can be enough to push you over the edge. And yet many seniors take it daily, without ever being told the risk. Let me be clear. If you're already on a heart or blood pressure medication, never start vitamin E without talking to your doctor. The safe recommended dose for older adults is just 15 milligrams a day. Most supplements go far beyond that. So please, check your bottle. Check your combination. And if you've ever taken vitamin E for your heart, your brain, or your skin, leave a comment below and write 100%. Because SeniorCare is about awareness. And every time someone speaks up, someone else learns something that might protect their life. And while you're here, if this information is helping you rethink your supplements, take a second and subscribe to SeniorCare. This is where we give you clear, science-based health guidance made for your stage of life, not guesswork, not trends, just the truth. We still have more to talk about. Because coming up next, we're diving into a vitamin that's often labeled as nerve support. But what if that so-called brain booster is slowly damaging your nerves, making your hands tingle, your feet go numb, and your balance slip away? Let's talk about that next. We've talked about how thinning your blood too much can cause a brain bleed. But what if I told you there's a vitamin that slowly damages your nerves and you wouldn't even feel it happening until it's too late? Let's talk about vitamin B6. It's often marketed as a brain booster. You'll find it in energy blends, memory formulas, and nerve support pills sold in nearly every pharmacy. But here's what most seniors in the SeniorCare community don't realize: in high doses, taken over time, B6 doesn't just stop helping, it starts hurting. Quietly. Gradually. And sometimes permanently. Let me tell you about Harold. 76 years old. A retired truck driver. Honest man. Hard worker. He came to my office after falling twice in 1 week. His balance was off. His feet felt numb. His hands tingled. He thought it was arthritis, or maybe just getting older. But when we looked at what he was taking, the answer became clear. A nerve support supplement. 2 pills a day. Each with 100 milligrams of B6. That's 200 milligrams daily, over 10 times the safe upper limit for older adults. You see, unlike some vitamins that your body flushes out, vitamin B6 can build up over time, especially in older adults, whose systems process things more slowly. And when B6 accumulates, it starts stripping away the protective coating around your nerves, like peeling insulation off a wire. At first, it's just tingling. Then numbness. Then weakness. Some people lose control of their grip. Others lose balance entirely. Harold told me something I'll never forget. I thought I was protecting my brain, he said. I didn't realize I was hurting it. And that's the heartbreaking truth. He wasn't careless. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just following the promise on the bottle. So let's make this simple. If you're over 60, you only need about 2 to 10 milligrams of B6 per day. And that includes what you already get from food. Many brain health or energy supplements contain 50, 100, even 200 milligrams in a single dose. That's not just unnecessary. Now, we've talked about stroke. We've talked about bleeding. We've talked about nerve damage. But next, there's a vitamin that's often linked to better eyesight. Yet when taken long-term in high doses, it may raise the pressure inside your skull. And that kind of pressure doesn't just cause headaches. It can steal your vision. It can affect your memory. And it can make your brain think there's a tumor even when there's not. Let's talk about vitamin A next. Let's move from nerve damage to something that affects your vision, your balance, even your brain without warning. Vitamin A. For decades, vitamin A has been promoted as essential for healthy eyes. Some take it for skin, others for aging. It's often sold as part of beauty from within routines. But here's what most seniors don't hear. Unlike vitamin C or B vitamins, which are water-soluble and pass out through your urine, vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means it gets stored first in your liver, then in your tissues, and eventually, even in your brain. And when it builds up over time, the effects can be serious. I remember a woman named Dorothy Simmons. She was 79, a retired piano teacher. She loved music, lived alone, stayed independent. One day, she began getting headaches. Then came the dizziness. Her vision started to blur. She slurred a few words on the phone. Her family feared the worst. Was it a stroke? That's what everyone thought. But the scans told a different story. No clot. No bleeding. Instead, her brain was under pressure. Her spinal fluid wasn't draining properly. Small blood vessels in her brain were being compressed. It's called intracranial hypertension, too much pressure inside the skull. And in her case, it wasn't caused by infection, trauma, or cancer. It was caused by years of vitamin A buildup. She had been taking an eye and skin supplement every day. 10,000 IU. For 5 years. No doctor's supervision. No idea that she was doubling or tripling what her body actually needed. This condition can mimic a brain tumor. That's why doctors sometimes call it pseudotumor cerebri. The symptoms? Blurred or double vision, nausea, dizziness, headaches, memory changes, even loss of coordination. And because seniors process fat-soluble vitamins more slowly, the buildup happens faster, especially when combined with multivitamins, fortified foods, or anti-aging formulas. Now here's the key. Older adults generally need no more than 2,500 to 3,000 IU of vitamin A per day. And that includes what you're already getting from food. Yet most eye health for skin renewal supplements contain 5,000, sometimes 10,000 IU per pill. So if you're taking a multivitamin and an eye formula, and maybe a skin capsule too, the daily dose can quietly climb to dangerous levels without you even realizing it. Ms. Simmons eventually recovered. But she now needs regular eye pressure checks and balance therapy. She told me afterward, "I thought I was doing something good for my body. I never imagined it could hurt my brain." That's the message I want to leave you with here. It's not about fear. It's about awareness. Because many seniors don't know what their body can and can't process anymore. And now that we've seen how too much pressure in the brain can look like a stroke without being one, let's talk about the opposite problem. A vitamin that's praised for heart health, but causes your blood vessels to swing wildly from wide open to tight shut. And when that happens too quickly, your brain pays the price. That's what we'll uncover next. You've made it this far. We've talked about stroke risks, brain bleeds, nerve damage, and even pressure building up inside your skull. But there's one more vitamin we need to talk about. And for many seniors, it's the most misleading one of all. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3. It's often marketed as a natural way to lower cholesterol. Some doctors even prescribe it. You'll see it in heart health supplements, circulation blends, and even energy drinks. But here's what you rarely hear. In high doses, niacin can cause your blood vessels to suddenly expand. That's what causes the flush. Your face gets warm, red, maybe even itchy. Some people feel dizzy or lightheaded. But then comes the part no one expects. After the expansion, your vessels snap back. They constrict, tighten, sometimes too fast. That kind of rapid shift can send your blood pressure bouncing. And if you're over 60, with arteries that are already less flexible, that bounce can trigger a serious event. Let me tell you about Frank. He was 82, a retired postman from Florida. Walked every day. Ate well. Took his vitamins. But he started experiencing strange symptoms: flushed face in the mornings, pounding in his chest, dizziness that came and went. At first, his wife thought it was anxiety. His son blamed his blood pressure meds. But the real reason? He was taking a heart-healthy supplement twice a day. On the front label, it said it supported cholesterol and circulation. On the back, 1,000 milligrams of niacin per serving. Twice daily. That's 2,000 milligrams. Every single day. The result? He suffered a transient ischemic attack, a mini stroke. His speech slurred for 2 minutes, then came back. But the damage could have been much worse. And Frank's story is not rare. You see, when niacin causes that rapid dilation and constriction, it stresses both your heart and your brain. Over time, this yo-yo effect can lead to pressure spikes, rhythm problems, even impaired blood flow to the brain. Extended release forms. Flush-free versions. They all carry similar risks. Here's what you need to know. For older adults, anything above 50 milligrams of niacin daily should only be used with medical supervision. That's not a suggestion. That's a warning. So please, check your labels. If your supplement includes niacin, and especially if it's more than 50 milligrams, write 100% in the comments. Because awareness is power. And SeniorCare is about watching out for one another. This is not about fear. This is about truth. Real, practical truth that could protect your brain, your heart, and your independence. We've just walked through 5 vitamins that many people trust without knowing what they're really doing. Now the question is, what should you do instead? Coming up next, we'll talk about the real solution. Not pills. Not megadoses. But something your body was built for and still responds to. Let's talk about food. Healing food. The kind that supports your brain without the risk. We've talked a lot today about risk, about confusion, about the things we take with good intentions that sometimes work against us. So where do we go from here? If pills can cause harm when misused, what can we rely on instead? The answer is simple, but powerful. Your body wasn't made to run on megadoses of synthetic pills. It was built to thrive on real food. Whole, natural, nourishing food. The kind your brain understands. The kind your body knows how to use. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 73. A retired school principal from Arizona. When I first met her, she was taking over 8 different supplements every morning: vitamin D, E, B-complex, niacin, multivitamins, and more. But despite doing everything right, she still felt off. Her balance was slipping. Her mornings started with fog. Her blood pressure was creeping up. So we did something different. We cleared the shelf. And we went back to basics. No powders. No pills. No trendy products. Just real meals. Small, thoughtful combinations at the right time of day. Her breakfast? 1 boiled egg for clean protein. Half an avocado for healthy fat. A slice of whole grain toast for steady energy. A handful of blueberries for antioxidants that protect the brain. Room temperature water to rehydrate after sleep. and sometimes a few walnuts or almonds, just enough to feed her mind. That was it. And in just a few weeks, Margaret felt it. Her balance returned. Her blood pressure leveled. She said her brain felt lighter, like the fog had finally lifted. Because when you feed your brain the way nature intended, it responds. So here's your takeaway. You don't need to chase the next supplement. You don't need to guess what's missing. You just need to listen to your body and start where it feels right. Leafy greens like spinach and kale. Where is full of polyphenol. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines. Nuts. Seeds. Whole grains. Water. You're not just eating. You're healing with every bite. And if any part of this video hit home for you today, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you'll start doing differently starting tomorrow? Leave your answer in the comments. Share this with someone you care about. Because in senior care, we don't just treat problems, we prevent them. We walk this path together. And no matter your age, it's never too late to take back control of your health. So if you learn something new, hit the like button. And if you want more honest, science-backed guidance without the hype, subscribe to SeniorCare. We're just getting started. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring enough to listen, to learn, and to lament. And if you're ready to keep growing stronger, watch one of the videos we've recommended right here on the screen. Because your health journey doesn't end with this episode. It begins here.